Listen, if you work hard, but you still feel broke, this video is for you. Your real money problem usually isn't your income. It's that you keep making money decisions from your current condition instead of the person that you are becoming. And that's why a lot of smart people, a lot of really smart entrepreneurs can make more money and still feel completely trapped. Every bill feels heavy and every setback feels really personal. Every opportunity gets filtered through one question: can I afford this right now? But an entrepreneur can have infinite potential and still live inside a tiny money script. I've watched business owners grow revenue and then stay stressed out, completely stressed out, because more income doesn't automatically create prosperity. Get this, if the inner pattern never changes, the pressure just scales with the paycheck. More money in the hands of the same scared identity does not create freedom. You might recall the late Jim Rohn said, give the person $1 million and they better become a millionaire so they get to keep the money. That's what this is about. It slips right through your hands if your self-image dial, your thermostat, is not built for that kind of money. This is super important to get. So here's the shift. Prosperity isn't something you chase after the money arrives. Prosperity is the internal pattern that determines what you notice, what you expect, how you act, and what you allow yourself to keep. Money responds to story. Money responds to stewardship, and money responds to service. Income expands when identity can actually hold it. Now I know this because I lived the exact opposite. I grew up on the other side of the tracks. My grandparents were on welfare when I was growing up. Scarcity was very normal in our house. Coupon clipping was commonplace. Hand-me-downs. Money doesn't grow on trees. Ever hear that? Constant conversations about not enough. By the age of 24, my annual bills were higher than I actually made per year. And I wasn't just in debt, I was thinking from debt. It's what I call the deficit launch point. It's when you use your current money condition as the reference point for every single decision. You're not asking, what do I want to build? You're asking, what can I do to survive? You're not thinking from vision at all. You're thinking from pressure. That's a big difference. And when pressure leads, you make super expensive decisions. You underprice so you feel safe. You tolerate bad fit clients to keep cash moving. You avoid the numbers because they make you super anxious and stressed out. And you confuse activity with progress because survival makes every single fire feel like the whole house is burning the fuck down. That's why the Vimes boot theory hits very hard. Get this, when you don't have enough money, you don't have enough margin, you buy the cheaper solution. Then you pay again and again because the cheap solution breaks. The poor option costs more over time, believe it or not. The same thing happens with late fees and overdraft, rush decisions, bad hires, cheap systems, cheap clients, and living month to month in your business. Scarcity is a script. It's not a salary. And when that script is running, urgent things always look more important than important things. That's how busy people stay stressed and financially stuck. Everything changed for me when I drew a line in the sand and I decided I would never live that way again. I didn't have today's language for it back then. What I did was I stopped feeding scarcity and I started installing a new prosperity pattern. Here are 3 moves that will allow you to do the same thing. First thing you're going to do is run a deficit launch point audit. So for the next 7 days, catch every money decision rooted in fear, delay, or embarrassment. Before you spend, postpone, discount, or avoid, ask one question. Am I choosing from current pressure or from future stewardship? Write the decision down. And then you're going to name the fear. And then ask what the prosperous version of you would do with wisdom, not ego. That question alone will expose how often your bank balance has been making your decisions for you. Second practice, prosperity rehearsal. I love this one. Every morning, write 3 lines. Number 1, what am I building? Number 2, what value do I create? And number 3, how does a good steward handle money today? This isn't pretending, it's retraining your focus. You're deliberately telling a new story about money, and then you're acting as though you are already capable of handling more of it. Now listen, gratitude plays a big part here too. Be grateful in advance for the income, the impact, the opportunities, and the responsibility that you're growing into. Prosperity grows where stewardship leads. And just don't do this sometimes or in isolation. It's time to upgrade your financial exposure. Read books by wealthy people. Spend time in places, conversations, and environments that normalize excellence, not lack. If you're a coach, stop asking, who would pay me? And start asking, how do I make this result that you're going to get undeniable? If you're an agent, consultant, or service provider, stop asking, how do I survive this moment? And start asking, how do I become the obvious choice? Your mind needs evidence that abundance is real, available, and responsible. Third, build your compensation edge. The marketplace doesn't pay you for wishing harder. It pays you in proportion to three things. Number one, how much people need what you do. Number two, how well you do it. And number three, how hard you are to replace. That means your path to more money isn't desperation at all. It's becoming more valuable and more distinct. Ask yourself, what problem do I solve that people already care about? How can I solve it at the highest level possible and better than other people? What skills, standards, and service can I stack so I become so difficult to replace in the marketplace? This was my turning point. I stopped staring at debt and I started asking a better question. How do I become so valuable that my service is hard to replace? I focus less on what I didn't have, and I focus way more on who I needed to become. I worked to deliver such a strong service that my clients could feel the difference, and the money just followed. That shift is why I live debt-free today, and I run my businesses from abundance instead of scarcity. Your bank balance tends to follow your belief pattern, but it also follows your value pattern. Money is just stored service. The better you solve meaningful problems for people, the more freedom you create. Now picture what changes when you stop using lack as your launch point. You build a better buffer, problems shrink, they look small now. You think better because every inconvenience is no longer an emergency. You stop taking work from panic and from people that you don't want to work with. You stop discounting to relieve pressure. You stop buying temporary relief and you start making long-term decisions. That's when prosperity stops feeling super random. You become the kind of person who expects increase, manages money with intention, and creates value at a level that the marketplace purely rewards. You stop running your home and your business like one bad month can absolutely destroy you, but you start operating with margin, with standards, and with peace. The better it gets, the better it absolutely gets, not because life gets easier, but because your inner pattern stops working against you. There are really only two money identities in play here. Number one is the person who waits to have before they believe, and the second one is the person who becomes first and then has. It's the be do have paradigm. What you do will always conform to who you believe you are. So here's a 24-hour move for you. Today, open a note and write two columns. Number one is the old money story, and on the right side, write the new money story. We're gonna tell a different story now. And in the first column, write the lines that you've been living from. This is the left side. Not enough, can't afford it, money is stressful, it doesn't grow on trees, I'm behind. You understand. Now in the second column, replace them with deliberate truth. We're telling a new story here. I create value, I steward money well, I'm building margin, I'm becoming hard to replace. And it may seem odd that you're writing these things that you don't currently feel, but this is the kicker here about this assignment. Feel it. Step into it. We're telling a different story. I mean, as long as you're telling a story, you may as well tell a story that's empowering, that's rooted in the laws of the universe, that's rooted in service and contribution. I mean, you can run that old script all you want, but the question at the end of the day is, how do you feel about it? And is it actually making you more money? The answer is obviously no. Then take one uncomfortable action before tomorrow. Transfer money into a separate buffer account. If it's small, raise a price that no longer matches your value. You see what we're doing here? Cancel one leak in your spending, or make an offer that you've been hesitating to make because scarcity has been talking too loud. If this is landing for you, the next step is to go deeper into the law of prosperity. I've linked that lesson landing page in the description for you below. Then comment the word service, and then write down the one money move that you're going to make in the next 24 hours. Not someday, not eventually, one move in the next 24 hours. Make real action. This is super important. We're supposed to take action on things in the moment that we feel inspired. And why is that? Because in the moment that you feel the inspiration, if this is resonating with you, you're feeling something. When you leave this video and you go out in the world, you're going to be taking in new information. That which was inspiring right now tends to fade away because the life is happening all around you. You're going to go home, you're going to get in an argument with your spouse, you're going to have your kids screaming at you, you're going to have things that pile up. If you take action on this now, real action, you've done one thing in the moment of inspiration that actually moves the needle. You're telling yourself and your subconscious mind that you are abundant because you just wrote it out. This may sound a little goofy, but you know what? Has your way worked thus far? If it has, then just get out of this video. If it hasn't, then perhaps it's time to do something radically different. If you've turned left your whole life, maybe it's time to turn right. Give it a shot. Try on this shirt. It's called Abundance and Prosperity. And just give it a try. Just wear it for a little while and see how it lands for you. Because success is attracted by the person you become. So keep becoming. Be infinite.